Nixon did a lot of great things as President of the United States. I think Lombardi would have done more.
Electing Vince Lombardi president would have only curtailed his power, because in Green Bay during the 1960s, his word was law.
Lombardi, you could hear him over 100,000 people.
Everybody's driving out there. Nobody's touching. Just driving, everybody.
He was like a drill sergeant in the Marines. I mean, you know, this little tyrant. I call him a little tyrant, but that's what he was.
What the hell's going on in there? What the hell's going on out here?
He would tell us many times, the greatest motivation in the world is fear. Period. That's it. You know, if you lose your job, you're afraid of losing your job, that'll motivate you.
I'll tell you something, Leroy, you're not going to get your job back unless we get a better performance.
He accepted no excuses.
Hey, there was no pain. Lombardi's idea of an injury, if the bone wasn't sticking out of your leg, you weren't hurt.
The Packers' game plans were basic, but Lombardi demanded perfect execution from his team on every play.
We didn't run the sweep last Sunday worth a damn. We ran it poorly. That'll be the last time we run that play poorly. We're going to run this play all week long until we run it correctly.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
Lombardi's plays stemmed from a simple philosophy, but in dealing with his players, he applied a more complex psychology.
He wanted you emotionally involved, and he would tug and push.
Look at me, 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 look at me.
And pull and pat.
Hey, you must have made a hell of a defensive play, but didn't look like it to me. All the way down about 70 yards.
And hug and caress and kiss, do whatever he had to do, and he seemed to have a great ability to reach inside you and turn your motor on.
That's what coaching was about with this man. This man was going to absolutely get an absolute best effort out of you that he could get.
I know I'm an emotional man. In order for me, for example, to give everything of myself, to take the mental anguish that's all part of this game, the emotionalism that's all part of this game, in order for me to do this for someone else, I think there has to be a certain amount of love for that other person. There's love for each other, in other words, in the game of football.
This love was returned in the ways the Packers made endless personal sacrifices to ensure the team's success.
The Packers were different because they were the greatest team, underlined team in the history of pro football. I mean, the Packers were not a talented football team. I mean, when you look at them man for man, you'll find that they wasn't talented, but they had the machine. They had a machine that was grinding into their heads, and they worked together as a unit.
I remember playing in a ball game with a 103 fever and a flu, and I played because I didn't want to let the team down. I didn't play because I wanted the money or because I was afraid to lose my job, but I didn't want to let the team down.
Lombardi built a dynasty. The Packers won 5 NFL titles in 7 years. What would become their most memorable victory symbolized how sacrifice and execution are the essence of a championship football team.
If I had to pick a drive and a time and a game to explain to you what the Green Bay Packers were all about, I would pick the Dallas game when it was 55 below zero and we moved down the field at 70 yards to score with 16 seconds remaining to beat the Cowboys and go on to Super Bowl II. I think that would pretty well typify what the Green Bay Packers were all about.
In a game known as the Ice Bowl, all that stood between the Packers and a third straight NFL championship was the proper execution of a single play. The little tyrant wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
Here are the Packers, third down, inches to go. The Raiders, 17-14. Cowboys out in front. Packers trying for the go-ahead.